Good morning, students. Today we'll be solving the numericals as well as an exercise question answers of Science 1, Chapter 6, Refraction of Light. The first answer is fill in the blank. The first question is refractive index depends on the dash of light, that is velocity of light. That explanation is given on page number 74. Then the next one. Next, fill in the blank. The change in dash of light, that is the answer is change in direction of light rays while going from one medium to another is called as refraction. That explanation is given on page number 73. The question number 2, prove the following statement. The first one, it's like a give reason. Prove, it's not a numerical or derivation, it's like a give reason. The first one, 2a, I will be sharing the answer with you. It is not given in the textbook. The second one, 2b, a rainbow is the combined effect of the refraction, dispersion and total internal reflection of light. That answer is given on page number 78. Last paragraph, the whole last paragraph starting from rainbow is a beautiful natural phenomena till the end of the paragraph, all these three processes together produce rainbow. This is answer for 2b along with the diagram. Question number 3 is MCQ. So multiple choice question, you have to write down the or mark the proper answer. The first question, what is the reason for twinkling of stars? The answer is the fourth one, changing refractive index of the atmospheric gases. So for A, the answer is 4. B, we can see the sun even when it is little below the horizon because of the second one. The answer is second, refraction of light. So for B, it is 2. For C, it is if the refractive index of glass with respect to air is 3 upon 2, what is the refractive index of air with respect to glass? We know that it is the reciprocal, hence the answer is 2 upon 3 or D. So that is the numerical question answers. There are very few question answers given in the exercise, but in this chapter you have to learn everything. Everything that is about twinkling of stars, that dispersion of light, then delayed sunset and early sunrise, about partial reflection, everything comes as a question short note along with diagram. So all these needs to be revised and learned. Before we start with the numericals, let us see the formulae that we have learned in this chapter. Formulae is the plural of formula. Actually, in this chapter, we have just learned two formulae. One is about refractive index and other one is absolute refractive index. All others are the variations of it. See the first one is refractive index of first medium with respect to the second medium is equal to velocity of the second medium upon the velocity of the first medium. The second formula, refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium is equal to the velocity of the first medium upon the velocity of the second medium. And the third formula is the reciprocal of the both of them. Then the absolute refractive index n is equal to v1 upon v2, where v1 is the velocity of light in vacuum and v2 is the velocity of light in medium. And then we have also have the second law of refraction or the Snell's law, that is sin I upon sin r is equal to constant, or it is equal to refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. Now let us see the sums. The first one, if the speed of light in a medium is 1.5 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, what is the absolute refractive index of the medium? So what is given to us? Speed of light in medium. Why we wrote V2 is because we know when we are calculating the absolute refractive index, it is always with respect to vacuum, and that value is taken as V1. Now the velocity of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, which is the V1 value, and this value we need to learn. It may not be given to us in the exam. So the what we need to find, n, or the absolute refractive index. So therefore n is equal to v1 upon v2. According to the formula, v1 is the velocity of light in vacuum, which is 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by the velocity or speed of light in the given medium, that is 1.5 into 10 raised to 8. 10 raised to 8, 10 raised to 8 get cancelled. So if you are taking the decimal point, it becomes 3 into 10 upon 15. So that is equal to 2. We have to remember that refractive index do not have a unit. Why it does not have a unit? Because it is a ratio, and in case of a ratio, the units gets cancelled. Hence, when we are calculating the refractive index, it never comes out as a unit. You will never be writing it as a unit. Let us see the next one. The next question is, it's a little lengthy, but it is not a complicated sum. It's quite an easy sum. Only thing is, as I told you before also, when you are solving sums, first of all, you have to read the sum properly, write down the given part distinctly, write down the formula, substitute properly, and then solve. What is the second question? The second question tells you, if the absolute refractive indices, indices is the plural of index, if the absolute refractive indices of glass and water are 3 upon 2 and 4 upon 3 respectively, what is the refractive index of glass with respect to water? That means they have given you two objects, glass and water. Now the absolute refractive index of glass, that means the value of glass with reference to vacuum and value of water with reference to vacuum is given to us. Now let us find out what is the answer. What is given to us? If v1 is the velocity of light in vacuum, v2 is the velocity of light in glass, and v3 is the velocity of light in water. So what does it mean? v1 means the velocity or the speed of light in vacuum, which we know or which we learned is 3 into 10 raised to 8. Then if v2 is the velocity of light in glass, and v3 is in the velocity or the speed of light in water, then what will be the refractive index of glass? So refractive index of glass will be Ng, G indicates glass, is equal to V1 upon V2. That is already given to us as 3 upon 2. So this becomes our first equation. Similarly, if you are finding out what is the refractive index of absolute refractive index of water, so NW becomes again V1 upon V3, because here we are considering water. That value is given to us as 4 upon 3. This becomes our second equation. Now refractive index of glass with respect to water, that is Ng with respect to W, is equal to V3 upon V2. Substitute that value, V1 upon V2 into V3 upon V1. V1 gets cancelled. So what do we have the value? We get the value as 3 upon 2 into 4 upon 3. Multiply that, and the refractive index of glass with respect to water is 9 upon 8. Again, refractive index does not have an unit. The sums of these chapters are very simple, and there are just two types of sums. One is based on refractive index of two medium, and the second one is absolute refractive index. Both these formula, if you remember, it will be easy for you to solve. Thank you.